Hey crafty friends, welcome back to the Old Paper Lady. I'm Lori. If you're new here, hi and welcome. And happy Merry Makes. Today is Monday, and on Mondays all throughout the year I do Merry Makes. So it's make ahead ephemera, covers, whatever we, trying to get our Christmas made up. So I've got a few pieces left here. I just went through my scraps of, what I'd been working on throughout the year. I got 3 pieces made left out of this kit from At Art Digital, and it was just pink Christmas fussy cuts. So I've got 3 of those pieces left. I'm going to try to use those up, and then I'll put this, in my I had bought it and used it kit folder. So that's what I'm going to do today. I was trying to get some of these pieces that I've had for a while, get them used up. This was my thinking. So, and then this is just a piece of 6x6 paper that came from Michael's, I do believe. I've got some off prints here that I thought maybe we could just use those, get them out of my scrap box as well. So that's what I'm going to start off with, is try to get some scrappy pieces, that's just a piece of this and a piece of that, get that used up and get it out of my box. So, hope everybody's doing good today. I hope y'all had a good Father's Day and enjoyed your family time with your folks. So, I'm just going to take and, now usually when I get like a 6x6 pad, if it has any fussy cuts and stuff like in it, I'll take and cut those out. And I'll use those, but then, because you usually get a couple of sheets, a couple or 3 of the same sheet. So I'll take a couple of them, get the fussy cuts out of them and use those. And then the other ones I'll just make something out of it. And majority of the time when I do get 6x6 papers, I'll use them to make tags and stuff with. It matches my bigger 12x12 papers, and that's what I use it for. And I am haggling this up because apparently I'm cutting both pieces instead of down the side of that one there. But that's okay, we got a cutter, we'll straighten it right back up. So then that's just a white piece of paper I can get rid of, because that was a misprint when I was trying to print that background stuff. Just throw it in my scrap bag here. So I'm thinking that maybe I can put these on here, make me a tag with that, put that in the background, and then put put a label on it and fix it up as a tag for that. I'm going to have to get me a drink. I don't know what happened. I was clear voiced until I sat down here. And maybe it was, I just stirred up some dust or something. Where I was pulling out the stuff to get used up. I don't know. But yeah, so we just gonna take and use this. Turn it into a few tag pieces, and then I've got my Rita Donnelly flips and my Gail Augustinelli envelopes over here that I want to decorate up some for my pink Christmas. I think that's going to be fun. Now, this one here, because some of these fussy cuts and stickers are kind of small, and they need to be used in a small place. So I said, well, let's just do that. We'll just take and use up the, make us some for our pink Christmas stuff, because I don't have a whole bunch of pink Christmas. And I really didn't get into making my pink Christmases last year. I made one pink Nutcracker Christmas journal, and that was it. But I do have several pink Christmas kits that I would like to try to make a couple of them this year. I'm just going to finish cutting this. So I'm going to put it in my little scrap bag over there for my collage stuff that I just keep a scrap bag here on my desk. Then some nights I'll sit here and start uploading a video, and I'll just pull it out and go ahead and make up a collage while I'm waiting for that to upload. Keeps a check on my scraps instead of just throwing them in a box and then, you know, pulling them out and trying to work them down. And I constantly keep a flow of scraps like this. So I'll pull it out and start making me a collage while I'm just sitting here waiting for my video to upload, because you got to keep checking on it. So now what do I want to do here? I think I am going to go ahead and ink this. Oopsie. Ink around this here. And it's got a real light pink border around it. And I think it's going to stand out from the background. So I'm going to put that on there. This, I think these are too wide for that. Yep, so we'll make something else out of those. Let's see. I need to find something to go on this one, don't we? What do you think about this little pretty? Oh yeah, let's put the gingerbread band on that one. That's cute. And then I had, there they are. It's like I had my pink and teal Christmas labels, and these came from Allure Books Craft, and it was $1, and that was not on sale. But you know, so I mean, that's pretty good for labels. And I just printed several sheets of it, and I'll use these again and reprint them again. And I just looked up Christmas labels, pink Christmas labels, what I punched in. And it brought me to all of that. Now these are just Christmas scraps I've just put in there. So I'm probably going to use them over here. Let's see, what can we put on there? Put that, I like that. That'll go on there, and then we'll put us a pretty topper on it. Let's see. I'd like to have Merry Christmas on this. Yeah, let's do that. Is that a bit much? I don't think so. I don't think it is. I don't really... That's going to blend too much, ain't it? Yeah, that'll blend too much. Let's do that. Blend way too much. Alright, you got your pieces. Just quit digging and do that. Because sometimes I overthink it a little bit. But I think it's going to be pretty, and I think I'm going to like it. So that's what we're putting on there. So a few kits that I have are pink and teal, and you know, then they have pink and teal and pink and red and green. So it'll all go mix and match. But like I say, I don't know exactly how many actual journals I'm going to do. Just depends on the mood when I get there this year. So I'll probably usually start around October and start in working just purely on Christmas around that time. And that's what I do up until Christmas. How's everybody doing today? I have not had my Monday yet. I shoot my videos the night before they go up for the next day. So I know tomorrow when I go to work, it's probably going to be Monday all day long, because I've had Saturday and Sunday off. So I'll have to catch up, you know, the paperwork and that. And I got to do a couple of truck orders. Actually, I got to do 3 truck orders this week. I probably should have went in and worked this afternoon. I'm thinking I got a whole bunch of stuff I got to do tomorrow. Sure do. But it'll be all right. It'll get done. Like I said, the back office stuff will get done. If I have time to do the stocking or what have you, I'll get to it. If not, then the next day's, you know, a new day. We'll get it. And that's just how I've been rolling here lately. I haven't been trying to stress myself out at work. So, and I think that was what was causing me, you know, a little bit of anxiety problems. It's because, you know, I'm like, oh, I got to do this, I got to do that, you know, and then I'm busy, I got to get, you know, I got to go stock and blah, blah, blah. But I also need to remember, and my boss told me this, you know, the other people don't do the truck orders. They don't do this, they don't do that. You do. So you need to focus on that first. If you have time to do the other stuff, then great. If not, then they, you know, they aren't doing all the other back office stuff like you are. So they have time to go stock and catch up in the morning, and it'll be just fine. And I was like, yeah, you know what, you're right. You're really, truly right. So, and that's just the way it's gonna be done here from now on. If I have time to get to the stocking, I will. If not, then the office work is done, and I don't have to worry about it. He don't have to worry about it, and that's just it. So, you know, because I'm like, you know, I come in and you know, I don't want to leave them in bad shape, but, you know, like I said, I've got 3 truck orders that needs to be done tomorrow. And then I got to get all the paperwork caught up from the weekend, do deposits from the weekend, do the game pays from the weekend, and all of this and that. So, and most of the time, just with the paperwork and games and verifications of, you know, gas orders and this and that and other, it usually takes from 2 o'clock till about 6 or 7. And then on top of that, like I said, I got to do, you know, get the 3 or 4 truck orders ready. So, just whoever works the Tuesday morning, just, you know, be prepared. You might have to do a little something when you come in. Everything's not going to be exactly caught up. And I told Amit, which is my boss's name, I was like, but, you know, I feel bad doing that. And he's like, yeah, but you got to understand, you know, you watch, he said, go watch the videos. He said, you see, they'll stand outside and smoke till 8, 9 o'clock, you know, until they actually get busy. He said, they have the time. He said, you know, they don't do the truck orders. They don't do the money. They don't do this and that. He said, and he said, that's why you're the manager. I was like, yeah, you know what? You're right. You are right. Let's see. All right, I got this little piece of script here. I've been wanting to try to use it. So let's just do that. And tie me some bows on them. I think it'll be pretty. This one I'm going to have to hang on to, so I put it all the way down. It's going to be right in the middle of his head. And don't want that. But, so this is Sunday evening, probably around, I think it was 7:30 when I sat down here. And I told my daughter, I said, I'm going to go make my video, and then I'm going to get my shower and all that. And then she said, oh, well, okay. Because she got out of work. We went and got a grocery pickup and stuff. And then we ordered Domino's. So we got supper for tonight and tomorrow night. We got pizzas for tonight. And then we got salads for tomorrow night. Because in the summertime, me and her like to eat salads a lot. And I think that's going to be cute. I like that. We'll just do like that. It looks like it's a girl now because it's got hair. Looks like hair on it. That's cute. So, we were, you know, timing out when we were going to do our showers and stuff. And she goes, well, I'm off tomorrow, so I can wait and take mine later. And I was like, okay, no problem. So, we're good on that. So, she's sitting in there. She likes to build houses and stuff on this game thing that she's got. So, she's in there building our house on that. Since she was going to relax and do that for this evening, I said, okay, no problem. I'm going to try to get maybe give a couple of videos this evening. If Snoop don't take off the barking, we got him fed and took care of. Give him a pup cup ice cream. So he's good to go for a couple hours. So maybe I can do my Merry Monday video and a Tuesday video. Hopefully here, and we'll see how that plays out tonight. Alrighty, so I'm going to do a couple of these Rita Donnelly flips. We've got some really pretty stickers from Temu that I didn't think they were stickers at first, but when I got them, yeah, they turned out they're stickers. So I said, alrighty then, we'll just use them up. So I want to do a couple. Look at, she's pretty. Let's put her on there. Put the Santa Claus here. I like him. And that one kit that I got, I think he'll be pretty. And it's got some snowmen, so I may pull out, well, them's the same, so that's fine. And then I like to use him, so I may pull out another one or two of these. There's the lady singing. Okie doke. There's me another set. Okay. And these are good to make pockets and stuff with as well. The size of them are, like the little tuck spots in that. So, put them over to the side. Because I pulled out some music to go in behind these. I think I'm going to put this piece right here. I'm just going to finish tearing that the way I got it tore already. And I'm going to tear the top of it just a wee bit. So I want that to go right there. And then I'm just going to tear down the side of this like this. Take my scissors, and I'm going to just kind of cut around and you know, just a little weavy pattern here. Like that. Clean that up a little bit. So when you flip it up to write on it, it's not being hindered. Okay. I'll throw that in my scraps. Well, that's big enough to put, like, you know, if you have a little corner or something, we'll put that in it. It'll be fine. And then we'll have her on there like that. I think that's going to be pretty. So I'd like to have her up here a little bit. Maybe put a word down here. I think that'd be cute. I don't think I need these anymore. These here, I think I'm going to have to wind up making a master board for them. Or pulling me one out to use. So that's fine. I'm just going to combine these bags together. That's what we'll do. I don't even know what I've done with the bag that was in. That's what I was looking for. I've lost a baggie somewhere. All right. That's okay. You know, it's not a big deal. Like, I ain't got 100 sandwich bags in my craft room, but, you know. Okay. So I'm thinking I may just try to run this stuff this way here. And just put Santa Claus in a corner here. See what I think about that. I kind of do like that. And this was a freebie from Line Dot Arrow on her Christmas freebie. Last year, actually. And yes, I am that far behind on catching up on using her freebies. Okay, so we'll do this here, and then that way it don't hinder. And I'm fine with it hanging over just a smidge over here. I want to put Santa Claus there, and we'll put some words down at the bottom of him too. Okie doke. All right, so now I need to get my glue book. So when I mean, you can find a lot of pretty pink Christmas kits, but ephemera is what's hard to find on Etsy. So if anyone does digitals, or you know anyone that does digitals, please pass along, hey, do some pink Christmas digitals would be a great sale, or a great opportunity for your shop. Because trust me, I've hunted and hunted and hunted, and I've found some, and it's clip art, and I cannot stand trying to fool with clip art, because you got to change it, you know, the sizing and this and that and other, and it's just a headache. I mean, it really is just an absolute headache. So be careful when you're shopping and looking on Etsy to try to avoid the best you can clip arts, because it is a headache to try to get that stuff to print. Alrighty, come on now. Put Santa right there. I think that's going to be cute. That'll be a good little side tuck. So that's the issue I'm having with the pink Christmas journals, is you can find a lot of beautiful papers, but you don't have a whole bunch of ephemera. So that's the issue last year. It's like I didn't really have enough ephemera to actually make the journals with, because I couldn't find none anywhere. And I said, you know, maybe if I can pass it along to someone that does digitals, you know, hey, we would love to have some pink Christmas digitals. And just ephemeras, like, you know, fussy cuts that are sizable, where you can make tags and stuff with them. Now, who was it? My Porch Prints had some real pretty pink digitals, but you know, you can't use the same digitals over and over and over in every journal. So I was trying to find some different ones, and it just kept pulling up My Porch Prints, and I was like, you know, I've already used that, so now I need something else. That was the problem. Oh, goodness. So if we could get it out there that, hey, if you make digitals, please make us, you know, like some taller pink Santa Clauses and snowmans and Christmas trees, you know, and stuff like that. Good gracious. It is a steel, it is a peel and stick. Come on now. But, yep. Anybody, if you know that does digitals, please have them to do that and let us know. My goodness, y'all. What in the world? Just, well, honey, if you ain't about to unpeel from yourself, we about to switch you out. How about that? And there you go. See, let it know who's boss. You didn't want a peeling stick, so we was about to move you along to something else, honey. Oh, ain't she cute, though? Let's see what we want to put on there. Don't know. I want to put sleigh rides on there because she's not on a sleigh. You know what I'm saying? Well, let's put December the 25th on there. I'm just going ahead and cut these apart. Because the other things that I seen were in the middle of that piece, and I don't want to do that yet. So now, there we are. So I've had a pretty decent day today. Basically what I done was slept most of the days. I didn't go to bed till like 7 o'clock this morning. It was storming off and on here last night, and I was afraid to lay down. So I just stayed up, and my mama got up I think about 7 or so this morning. So once she was up and moving around and making her a coffee or that, which she normally get up at that time and make her a coffee, then she'll wind up going back to sleep. So I was like, well, she's gonna be up for a little bit, then I'm gonna lay back down. And that's what I done. I just laid on down. I woke up at 12 and looked and said, oh, it's 12 o'clock, I ain't getting up. And I went right back to bed. Actually, I just laid back down and rolled right on over and said, I'm going to sleep. Oh, that's pretty. Let's see, because some of these are left over from a pink Christmas kit from Stamperia. I can spit the words out. And these are pink Christmas fussy cuts, but that, I think those are pretty too, but we'll figure out something to do with them. And there's another one of those gift sets. And it haggled that fussy cutting bit up. So we're just going to trim it up. Okay. And like I said, these came from Fun Ink Art Coloring. These fussy cuts did. And they were Christmas fussy cuts vintage journaling is what the name of it said. Now these, I don't know if I'm going to put music or not behind them. I may just put them on there and let it go, because I like them just by themselves. But I feel like, it needs something else behind it. You know what I'm saying? To help. And that's really the reason why I do that, is to help hold that down, so you don't have to put a closure on it. Put a little bit of something extra behind it, so it'll hold the flap down. And this is, sometimes this is a little tedious because, it's weird angles. but it is so fun to have in your journal. So now I'm just going to clean up a little bit of the white edge here. I'm still going to, you know, do it in a way, like a rounded way or what have you, like it's torn, but clean the white edge up. Because I always seem to tear the wrong way, I think. There we go. We'll put that on. Then we'll take and put our Christmas kitten on there. I think that'd be cute. I woke up today and my tinnitus, or whatever you want to call it, in your ear is irritating me. My eardrum's popping. So if I'm talking a little lower today, I am sorry, because I feel like I'm yelling. So, because my eardrum keeps popping. There we go. Let's see. Yeah, that won't hinder it. Okay. And we'll put the kitty cat right there. I think that'll be cute. And give me my paper finger back. Let's see, what can we put on there? Silent Night, Holy Night, Christmas Eve. Let's put that on there. Well, these little words came in a kit. I don't remember where I got it from, because at that point in time I was not saving the names of kits or anything like that, and so I've had these for 4 or 5 years, the little words, because for a long time I didn't put words on nothing. Oh, that's cute. But as my junk journaling making has grown and matured, if you would say, I've learned to incorporate words and phrases and labels and stuff like that to enhance my junk journaling making. I think a lot of it actually truly just comes with the more you make, the more practice you get, honestly. And that's truly what it is. The more things you make, the more practice you get at it, the more comfortable you get using products that you're not used to. Because, you know, like I say, I came from the scrapbooker background, you know, and I'm used to using, you know, like bleeds and die cuts and stuff like that, which you use die cuts in this too, but it's I didn't really have a whole bunch of die cuts with my scrapbooking, just because I didn't have a whole lot of places to store it, to be honest. I didn't really use stamping much because I didn't like to make cards. And then, you know, I'd see a die cutting set and I'm like, oh, that's so pretty. But then once you get into it, you gotta, you know, run each piece to get a different color to make something. So I was like, no, that ain't for me. I don't have that much patience. But yeah. So now I have some die cutting pieces that are labels. I can make, you know, cut my labels in that. I can make pockets, make tags, all the way from 8 inches down to like a quarter of an inch tag is just funny. I like making them because they're really tiny and they're good to do the little dangly bits. But I hadn't done that in a while, so they're real good to do like some little small number stamps and stuff like that to put as a dangle off of a bigger tag, or that kind of stuff. I'm gonna put this here. And what do we want to do? Wishing you a Merry Christmas. Silent night, holy night. Those two need to go together. Meet me under the mistletoe. Mistletoe. Crap nugget. Oh, goodness. Meet me under the mistletoe, y'all. Comfort and joy. I'm going to put that on there. I don't care. It's at the top. I think that'll be all right. Oh, well, I ain't got that piece stuck down yet, have I? It's crazy. What are you doing? Talking too much. That's what I'm doing. I just placed it on there for looks, you know, audition it, I reckon. And then forgot to glue it. Forgot to glue it down. I sure did. Now this is that tea-dye kit that I found on Etsy. The papers. So I thought it would go better in the pink journals. Be a, you know, a lighter color or what have you. So, and I need to get me some more printed, because I think I've about gone through the ones that I had. And so that is too cute, is it not? I love that. That is so cute. And then we have the little Missy there and Santa Claus. Well, them are fun. All right, so now what do I want to do? I don't know. I think I'm going to do some of these, a couple of the Gilla Gustinelli Belly Band flip envelopes. And we'll just put some fussy cuts to hold the flap down. Oopsie, and we'll call them good, because those would be really good to add to our Christmas journals. Because you can put it at the corner of the page, or you can put it in the middle of the page. So either way, it's going to be a good tuck spot. And then if you decorate both sides of it, you can add it as its standalone envelope for its own journaling piece. I've done that with a few pieces. And I'm not, you know, just overly inking. I'm just putting a little bit here and there in the other place. So it doesn't have to be inked to death, because this is coffee dye. I'm just hitting it, knocking off the white edge. Okie doke. So these are sticker bits. We can't use the sticker bits on here, because guess what? It will be stuck down and you can't open it. Alright, but these bits here, sure can use these. And I've got 2 or 3 sets of these. It was supposed to be in, you know, like one of those hanging banners. And I said, shut up, I'm going to use them as journal cards in my journals. Sure am. And what did I do with the other ones? I just had some. And I got those off of Temu as well. Yeah, here we go. And this is my Christmas box that I just work on. And pieces that I just pull out and work on. It's got all my labels and stuff like that in it. But yeah, this was supposed to be a banner. And I said, shut up, that would be perfect to use as journal cards in my pink journals. So, yep. Those pretty much, they'll be cut down to fit. You know, and I'll just cut down them to fit them in the journal. So, those are ready to go. I need to put them in my, but they're not inked, you know what I'm saying? So, that's why they're living over here right now. So, that's why they're living over there. Let's see. That would be a good one to put on there, because it's got the little house with the snow and stuff. And then I have that one kit that has roses and stuff like that in it. Now, where do I get to it this year or not, y'all? I'm telling you. Who knows? So I'm going to take and put my stick glue on here in a U shape. And then we're just going to lay this down right here. And then that will be our tuck spot. Quick and simple. You got a little tuck you can put in the corner and it folds down and writes. Or you put it in the middle of your page for a belly band. Or it can be tucked in a tuck spot of its own. It'd be a standalone journaling piece that you can pull out. So however you need and want to use it in your journals. That's why I love this. It's why I like them so much. And that needs to be on something else. Oh, here's me another one. This one's got a little Christmas bunny. Let's put that on there. That'd be cute. Little Christmas bunny. And I'm going to do the same thing. Find a top, and I'll turn my finger over and kind of lay it down and then go around it. So that way I know that I have it glued where the piece is going to be tucked in. Yep. That's going to be fun. I'm going to hit this with just a little bit of dusting of ink, not a whole big bunch. So now when I make tags most of the time for these Christmas makes, I normally do not put the lacy bits on the top of it and all of that, but I knew I wanted that certain lace on that one of those two tags that we just did, and I know it's a scrap piece, and I would probably wind up being like, oh, I need to use that up in a later project working on just regular day stuff. So I was like, yeah, that needs to go on there because it's got a little shimmer to it and it looks really good on that. But yeah, so most of the time when I do tags and stuff like that, I don't add the toppers to them when I do the Merry Makes throughout the year, because that adds so much more bulk to your tags, and it's hard to store them. So now, let's see, I got this one. I don't know why I got my sample page out here. Oh yeah, I was showing you how you could use that. That's a sticker. That needs to go over here. I wonder if we could do this with that. Really, that would be really pretty. That's an awful big piece to try to put down in there. And see, and then that is like a stool. So I do have like a, a pink house kit. So that would be good on that. Where it has like fireplaces, furniture setting, and it looks like it's looking out the window at the snow and the Christmas trees and all of that. And it's real pretty. So I think that would work for that. said, I'm just doing this real light. Don't have to be, you know, plum grunged out because it's pink and it's a light colored kit. So, and then also too, I may, when I get to my Christmas stuff, wind up going over and doing a different color, getting the pink out. It's just running down the edge. So do it real light. And I think that needs to be glued with the wet glue because it's cardstock. I think that's going to work. Alright, so now what do we want for this one here? I was trying to mainly do Christmas items, my pink Christmas today, because I needed to work some more on some pink Christmas ephemera. As you can see, I'm just faintly inking that. So, alright, so now let me see here. Let's put you back in there. That would be good to put on there, and then glue to right here, and you have a good tuck spot. And then we just got the little house. I'm gonna pull one out and do it for the house, and all of that piece will be done. Yep, then all of that kit will be used. This kind of really don't need a whole lot of ink, and this is awful dark. I'm just trying to hit the edges. And this is that coffee dye background kit that I was talking about that I love to use. I found on Etsy. So I think we can put all of these words up now. I can pick them up. Alrighty, I got one loose one here. Trying to get away from me. And I just put them in a little 4x6 baggie and keep them in here with these. No, look, I got that one right there. And now it's out of that same kit, so we need to use that. Let's put it on something else. Let's put it on, let's make another one of them. There's just a lighter color one. And that'll be fine and dandy. And that whole kit of Fussy Cuts now has been used. Thank goodness. Because what I've been trying to do is, you know, that, like I said, that was my Fussy Cuts, my stickers, and all of that. You know, the small bits. I just took it all and put it in baggies and condensed it down and put it in one, you know, Merry Monday Christmas making box type thing. So then I started doing Merry Mondays last year, and then Merry Monday hashtag is actually put on by Twisted Paper Studio. Miss Donna, she has a Merry Monday design team, so I changed my Merry Monday makes to Merry Makes, because I did not want to intrude on her her hashtag, because I was not on her design team. So I didn't, you know, didn't want to step on toes, you know what I'm saying? Just be respectful. So I said, well, and then I've come to find out that there was a group of ladies that was doing Merry Makes, but I don't know when and where, and I never did find out who it was or anything like that. So as of yet, so far, no one has fussed or said anything about, you know, me using that hashtag. So hopefully I'm not stepping on toes or hurting anyone's feelings by using the Merry Makes hashtag. Okay, so then that's going to be fairly easy to get in and out of there. I need to put a little bit of glue right there. Did I even put glue on it? Nope. Crazy. Alright, so we'll put a little dot of glue there to help hold that. And then that'll slide in and out. So we got that one. We got this one. I'm just going to glue around it like so. I'll stick this right at the very bottom of it. And try to remember, you know, that you need the top part to be able to get that slid in and out of. So then, I may wind up having to cut that one, but we'll leave it stuck down, and that's fine. Now this one we're not going to have to glue as far around. So I find where the tip of it is, put my finger there, and then know that I cannot glue in that area. You see what I'm saying? So then I take and put it right back down, especially on stuff like that. So that is our Merry Makes. Now when I go to put this in a journal, I probably will, you know, maybe put another word or something on that, you know, to dress it up a little bit more. You know what I'm saying? So the main thing is this is the coloration, you know, the color wise. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Then we did 7, 8, 9, 10. So we got 10 pieces of ephemera for tuck spots and extra journaling. And then we did 2 tags today. I'm going to get off his face. So that's 12 pieces in under an hour. And didn't have any of it put together. Just sat down here and pulled out and just let it come as it wanted to today. Sometimes that happens. Sometimes it'll be, you know, 20, 30 minutes into the video before I'm like, oh yeah, it's hit me, you know, the ideas. But then that's just the way it happens from day to day. Sometimes it'll flow as soon as you start, and sometimes it'll be, you know, after the video cuts off. Sometimes, I'm not even gonna lie. I'm like, oh, should have did this and that, you know. But that's a good little Merry Makes session there. We got a bunch of pink ephemera pockets and tucks, which is what I needed. So that's always good. So now I'm just going to take and put them in here. Pockets and tuck spots and belly bands and things like that go in this. So we're getting that built up. I need to find my tags. So put them in there. And I think I am going to go ahead and pull these big journal cards out of this to-do box type thing and put those in here in my journal cards. Just because those won't be inked up until I actually get them cut to fit into the journal. So I'm going to go ahead and stick them in here with my journal cards. Turn around that way so I'll, you know, when I pick it up and look at it, I'm like, oh yeah, that's where they are. So, we got us a good little stash going, y'all. I mean, I am plumb happy with our Merry Makes that we've done so far this year. Hopefully when we get to Christmas time, we'll just pull out our kits and be like, you know, yes, this is the pages we want, this is the cover we want, and then we'll just go through our little stash here and be like, yep, this is our ephemera, our pockets, and tags and tuck places, and just sit down and glue them together. That's the goal anyways, which I know that, you know, myself, I have not got nowhere near as enough ephemera made for Christmas that I would use. So, but it helps, you know, throughout the year to make it up ahead like that. Just taking, you know, one of your hours or 20-30 minutes, if nothing else, you know, set and cover you a tag, or, you know, one piece, doesn't matter. Just try to work it in and work it ahead, because we all know around Christmas time we're just running around 6 days from Sunday, back and forth, this and that and other. So it takes a load off of you for your crafty stuff at Christmas. All right, thank y'all so much for watching. Y'all have a good Merry Makes Monday.